All right, y'all ready? Holy. Make sure you're where you can see the video monitor. Got it? All right. Let me turn the camera. All right. What shape did we say the eye was? Oval. So somewhere on your paper, start again. The top shape of the eyelid is kind of a slight hill. The bottom curves down and back up. Yeah? Okay. You're using a dull pencil. You're sketching. I'm holding my pencil about halfway up, not down here. I'm not pressing down hard to get dark lines. The way you get dark lines when you're drawing is you go over and over and over the lines, not press down hard. We need a lot of lead on this so that when we use our blending stumps, the lead that we're putting on the blending stumps to shade with is coming from the pencil, not from how hard we press down on our pencil. Okay? All right, shape of the iris, the colored part of the eye. What is it? A circle. Remember, it touches the top part of your eyelid and the bottom part of your eyelid. And it is a big, completely perfect circle. Take your time to get that rounded. And then once you do, go over it a couple of times to make it darker. Don't worry about little random stray lines like this one down here that I have. Don't worry about erasing those. They're going to be gone soon enough. See if I can focus this a little better. Inside is the what? Pupil. My pupil. Why can't I get this to go big screen? It won't go big screen if I'm streaming? Okay. All right. Inside the iris, another perfectly round circle. And this time, this needs to be the darkest thing in the eye, but don't press down hard to color it in. What I want you to do is gently fill it in and then go back over it to make it a little bit darker. And then go back over it again to make it a little bit darker. This is called layering. And you are building a layer of darkness in this pupil. I'm not pressing down hard because I don't want to carve into my paper. I'm just going over it, over it, over it, and over it. The more lead I put down there, the darker it's going to get. And I'm not putting any extra pressure on it. Yeah? Okay. The muscles on the sides of the eyes, remember? They are shaped the same way that that side of the eye is. So very light, curved lines on the inside there. Now, put your pencils down when you draw those lines. We're about to use our handy dandy blending stump. The muscles of your eyes are not meant to be really dark. They should not be anywhere close to the color of your eye when you finish. They should be a light shade. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this blending stump and you use it just like a pencil. You don't want to put your hands on the tip because your fingers have oils on them. And if you get oils on your paper or on the blending stump, it's going to be hard to use it. That's why you don't start rubbing in to shade or to blend, because you get oils on your paper. Okay, so we're going to take this blending stump, and that line that I just drew, I'm going to go over it, and then I'm going to use that lead to fill in that little space right there. And you can't really see it on the video very well, so I'm going to do mine a little bit darker. Okay. So both sides of the eye, the muscle fills in. I'm going to put the blending stump down. We're going to go back to our eye, pick one side of the eye to make our reflection, our little eye bright. Very lightly do a little curved area that we're going to leave white close to the pupil. Make it kind of big. And then remember, when you're filling in the eye, you need to go from the pupil out, not color side to side. So from the pupil out, and I'm just coloring very lightly. I'm not worrying about filling in on my white space. And I'm going all the way out to the outside of my circle, making sure that my lines go from the center out until I get all the way around. Just a light layer first. Then I'm going to go back. This time I'm going to do a little bit darker. Not going to fill in all the areas because I still want some light areas. Careful not to go into that reflection. And then one more time around. This time I'm going to have a few little dark areas. Then I'm going to put my pencil down. I like to have like little starburst looking things coming out of my pupils. All right, then I'm going to take my blending stump and I'm going to use the same side that I just used for the muscles. The more lead you can build up on one end, the better you'll have it once we start using it for our face. So what you're going to do, you're going to go around your pupil and just kind of, what this does is it just presses down the lead that you put on that pupil and make it a little bit darker and smoother. It also puts a lot of lead on your blending stump. Then you're going to take your blending stump, using it just like your pencil in the same direction that you colored all of this. You're going to go over all of this. Not blending it in totally, but just smoothing it out so any white part of the eye gets filled in. Don't go side to side. Everything should go from pupil out. The line that we drew to make the circle here, go over that carefully. Don't blend it into the white of the eye. And if you do, take an eraser and get that white back. And if you need to come get a good eraser from the bag, they're right here. The little white pencils, you know. There you go. Make that line around your eye a little bit darker so that it stands out. And if your pupil kind of blended in, go back, make it a little bit darker. You want that eye to really pop, but not pop out. That'd be gross. How are your eyes looking today? Better? Good. Shouldn't be looking worse. Did you practice this week? Okay, so if you didn't practice. All right, next step. This top eyelid, this line we're going to go over it one more time. Just make it a little bit darker. Don't press down. Just go over it with your pencil. Do not press down. Just redraw it. Then take your blending stump. Lightly go over it. We're not smearing it out. We're just going over it. Then pick your pencil back up. Now we're going to do our eyelid, our upper eyelid. That's this one up here. Don't make it go too high up, but follows the same arch of that line we just drew. Don't make it too dark. Now, here's the trick. To make this look three-dimensional, this part right here needs to stay light because it's further out than everything else. When anything's three-dimensional, the things that are on the side are a little bit darker, and the things that are further out catch the light easier. So watch and then do. Everybody put your eyes up on the screen. Everybody put your eyes up on the screen. So the first thing I'm going to do, pencil should be down. I'm going to smear this with my blending stick. And then I'm going to put some shadow right here on the inside. Then I'm going to put some shadow right here on the outside. And all I'm doing is using what's on my blending stump and pulling some from this dark line that I just made up into here. Okay? You don't want to put any here. You want it to be lighter. But you don't want like a straight line where it ends. You want it to kind of blend. Now, do not press down so hard on your blending stump that you flatten it out. Yes, I'm using my tip, but I'm also kind of leaning it so that I'm using this little edge. Okay? All right, go down here to the bottom. Go back over this line at the bottom. Not pressing down, just laying in some more lead. And then put in this little half part of the eye bag. Our nose will be right here eventually. And we're going to go over that line that we just went over at the bottom of the eye. We're going to go over the line for the half part of the eye bag. And then we're going to give it a little bit of shadow down here. And it's only going to go about halfway over. Go back up to this upper eyelid. Put a little more lead on it, not a lot. Just needs to be a little bit darker. You're going to go back over it to blend it in. And then you're going to blend up and over. It's going to create the skin that's going to lead up to the eyebrow. And then come down on the side of this eye with whatever's on your blending stump. It's just giving us a little bit of skin tone. Can you see it? Can you see it? Awesome. Okay, if our nose is here, then our ear is over here. And our eyelashes grow towards our ear, right? Top line right above our eye. Now this is where you can put a little pressure on your pencil, but not carving into your paper. Give me some eyelashes. Give me some eyelashes. And notice how I turned my pencil when I came down here to the bottom. For the top, I'm going this way. For the bottom, I have to go this way. We do not blend those eyelashes. Last thing is your eyebrows. Right above your eyelid, starting in the corner where everything else has started, just above where we just did all that shading. Following that same curve. Remember, they're individual. They're thicker towards the nose. And then they get thinner as they go out and curve down towards the ear. And we don't blend those with the blending stump either. I wish I could focus this better. Okay. That's basically how you use a blending stump. The more we use it, the more lead it'll get on it. And the darker we can get some of this skin tone. But the key to remember is that anything that's poking out further will be lighter. So like our nose, the bridge of our nose is going to be lighter than the sides of our nose. The sides of our nose are going to have a little shadow on them. Okay? But that's how you use that. Get it? Okay, I need you to practice that.